It's Allegra Thorburn here from Filming Footy, and we're here today at the game between Imperials and Wentworth at Brian Waitman Oval. It's going to be a great day. I've got Ricky Rowe joining me again from Wentworth. Welcome, Ricky.
Welcome, Allegra. Beautiful day here today.
It is nice and sunny. If you're not down here, you're absolutely missing out. It's going to be a glorious day, but a little bit tough out there for the netballers because that little bit of heat really does something.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad I'm sitting here today and not running around out there. We've just watched a few of the earlier games and there's certainly a lot of heat on the court.
Absolutely. Nice and sunny. It's one of those rare days before all of the rainy and freezing cold days. So yeah. We cherish them as the people on the sidelines, but the netballers, they do not love it. I was speaking with Meg McManus earlier and she said you couldn't have picked a worse day. It's also very good. Last week we didn't have, there was a bye for Imperials. Week before we didn't have Meg McManus for Imperials, so it's good to see her return to the court. It would be a really good asset for them. She really proves that she can be such a key difference in how successful their team is. So it's going to be good. But we do have to talk about a huge out that we've got for Wentworth. No Courtney Wakefield.
No courts today. I actually don't know why she's not playing. It's obviously something that's came up over the last 24 hours. She was named in our team on Thursday night. So,
yes.
Yep, no courts, no Lizzie this week. So, so it doesn't really change much from a Wentworth point of view because of, the way they rotate around and people playing in different positions. One goes out, one comes in.
That's it. We do have two subs for Wentworth. We'll read through the teams first. We'll start with Imps. Goal shooter, Ebony Ieto. Goal attack, Meg McManus. Wing attack, Ella Hards. Centre, Tracy Sherlock. Wing defence, Shelby Armstrong. Goal defence, Maggie Monaghan. Goalkeeper, Kia Scott. And the substitute this week is Laura Cook. She's come in from B grade to help the girls out. For Wentworth, we've got a very similar lineup. Goal shooter, Amanda Edwards. Goal attack, Lola McInerney. Wing attack, Molly McDonald. Centre, Ash Cameron. Wing defence, Georgia Chase. Goal defence, Christy Becker. Goalkeeper, Nat Bircher. And the subs, Sam Zock and Kelsey Cameron. So a very solid lineup there. Also, again, big difference. Your daughter's not out there today. Where's she?
No, Lizzie's got actually work commitments, so she didn't get back from Melbourne today. So first time since 2017 she's missed a game. So
yeah, I know. She's always been inconsistent. I bet she'd be feeling a bit of FOMO.
She'd be a fair bit. I'm glad I'm sitting with you. I don't have to answer the phone every 2 minutes what the score is.
That's exactly right. She could always tune in and watch it anyway. That's the beauty of these match of the round.
So we'll be able to do that. But I notice Maddie McManus is a huge out for Imps too.
Correct,
so,
yes.
I just spoke to her sister before. She said she's got a bit of a ankle injury, so
Yeah, and because Meg and Maddie, they feed the ball to each other so well. That's like when you've got a sister duo on the court, like you would know whenever Abby and Lizzie play together, that you just know how to feed the ball to each other. It comes very naturally. So that is a huge out today for Imperials. So it's going to be an interesting game. I do obviously still tip Wentworth because the team lineup is still absolutely incredible, but it's exciting to see Christy Becker back in goal defence.
Yeah, Christy's missed the last couple of games, so Christy back, and it's good to see her. She actually interesting that she comes back goal defence because obviously she spent that whole year at goal defence with Nat back in 2022. And but I think that'll be really good for us, and then that just gives the opportunity. Georgia Chase will be the wing defence, and
she did quite well last week, didn't she?
Yeah, that's right. Georgia's fitting in really well this year, coming across and coming back into netball. So that's it'll be good, pretty settled for the rest of it. We've still got Virtua back there. So
and I spoke to her last night. I had a bit of an interview with her. She's just such a wonderful person on and off the court.
Yeah, she's really sort of bought into the Wentworth and all those years that she's been here. So
And we're underway now with Wentworth taking possession of the first centre pass. The girls just working it around, trying to find a good option. Really good pressure here from Imperials. A good defensive strategy. Lola McInerney with the ball now 2 metres out. She puts up a shot. Kia Scott's going to be called for obstruction, so she's out of play now as Lola gets another go, steps it in a little. Not like Lola to be missing that one, but really good to grab that rebound and get the shot through. 1 point on the board for Wentworth.
Good mid-court battle here today. Tracy Sherlock, Ash Cameron. There's plenty of hard running and fitness in that group.
Oh, absolutely. The fitness out there on the court is phenomenal. But look at the defensive pressure out here that Wentworth is putting on, really making it hard for Imps to get that ball down to the shooting end. We see a pass go to Meg McManus. She manages to pull it in, puts up the shot, a bit of an air ball there, and we're going to see a turnover here for Wentworth. Virtua looking for an option, finds it in Becca. Back to Virtua as they're just working it down. There's a lot of cross-court passing, which Wentworth don't like to do very often, and some beautiful hands there by Meg McManus, proving that just as how good she is in attack, she can switch over quickly into a defensive
Great
mode.
pressure through the mid-court from Imps. Everyone bought in there. There was no space, no one to learn, and Meg was able to get her hands on it.
Yeah, and a shot put up here by Amanda Edwards again, unlike her to miss, but she got her own rebound and pops in that shot. 2 points on the board. Off to a little bit of a rough start here for Wentworth, but let's see how they go with this centre pass. There's going to be a breaking call called here, so we're going to see Christy Becker take the ball from the transverse line. Finds Ash Cameron there in a good position, and then a beautiful 1-2 there between Molly McDonald and Edwards. That was... Yes, sorry, and put up the shot. Just correct me when I get the names wrong. It's a bit hard out here sometimes. We've got Sherlock with the ball now over to Hards. Hards into the corner with McManus. Great arms there by Virtua.
Good anticipation.
She really reads that ball. I asked her yesterday in the interview how she learned how to read the ball, and she couldn't even answer it. But she said Amanda Edwards is helps her learn. Yeah. A shot put up there. Who was that?
That was Ebieto, I think.
Yeah, Ebieto. So she's lacking height, but she makes up for it in her accuracy.
She's a beautiful shot.
Yeah, she is.
And she shoots from a real genuine distance.
Absolutely.
If Eb's on, that can mean a lot because of the distance she's able to shoot from.
That's it. Shot there by Amanda Edwards, and then that went through. Score is 4-1. Wentworth's way.
That's gone out off Imps, so Wentworth ball.
A Wentworth sideline throw in for Virtua. She's just readjusting to where the umpire said the ball went out of court. It's over to Chase there. Becca has the ball now. Back to Chase, just working the ball around nicely, keeping within a close proximity to each other, making sure that those passes are concise and precise. And we've got the ball here in the shooting ring. Good pressure there from Kia Scott, but she does get called for obstruction. Amanda Edwards gets the ball.
Again.
Yeah, so this is not like her.
No, it might be both struggling to shoot down that end today.
Absolutely. So let's see what Amanda can do now. She gets in her second option. At least she's getting that rebound and getting that second option in. Otherwise, they'd be in a bit of trouble. 5-1's the score. Got the ball down to Edwards now, who's just outside of the ring.
Great running by Molly Manga, and then she took off and had plenty of time and space when she received the ball back.
Absolutely. There's some really good pressure out here today in Kia Scott. She's working really hard to keep body on body. Lola's a little bit shaken by that. It could be age, we don't know what it is, but yeah, she's definitely struggling a little bit in that ring with that body on body with Kia Scott. We're up the other end of the court now with Imperials possession. They're just working hard to get...
This is Eb's long shot.
So close, but a good rebound there from Becca. No, that was Virtua.
Yeah. And good pressure again through the mid-court.
Beautiful hands.
Great pressure from Meg McManus. Good hands. Turnover.
We see a bit of a ball on the ground there. It's going to be picked up. Contact called on Ieto, so we're going to see Virtua bring the ball down. Looking for an option. Finds it in Cameron. Really good defence here from Imps. They're putting hands over every ball, which is throwing the girls off a little bit. Lola McInerney, a bit of a rough and tumble there.
A bit of a loose ball there from Maggie Monaghan and come off her and Wentworth ball.
We've got the throw in there into Lola as she just lobs it into Amanda Edwards. There's going to be a bit of contact called, so Lola McInerney is going to pick the ball up, put up the shot, and it's good.
There's good pressure from down the mid-court, but they're still finding a way through Wentworth.
That's it. Oh, that was a bit of a little collision there between Kia Scott and Lola McInerney, which will see Kia Scott out of play here. So we've got one defender in, 2 shooters, and it's going to be lobbed to Amanda. So really good pressure there for Maggie Monaghan.
Great pass, Molly Mangan. Put it to advantage.
Absolutely. We're back underway now with Tracy Sherlock with the centre pass. Very good running there. It's bounced past into Ieto and a perfect shot.
Yeah, that's nice transition. Ella Hard's run real hard to get space then.
Absolutely. We've got Chase with the ball now. She waits patiently for an option, but it is intercepted there by Monaghan. She just read that ball really well.
Good pressure all the way through, forced a turnover then.
Yeah, Imps girls bringing the ball down now. 1-2 into Meg McManus under the ring. She puts up a long bomb, but it's no good, and the rebound's there for Becca. The Roos girls really have to hold on to this turnover now to keep themselves in the lead. A long cross-court pass, and we're going to see the whistle be blown and some obstruction there called. McInerney with the ball now. Bounce pass over to Cameron. It's into Edwards as she puts up the shot, and it's good.
Good pressure from Imps. They really are forcing the turnovers. They really do need to, you know, make the most of these turnovers that they're forcing and getting the ball into the circle and make sure they get that shot, because through the mid-court they're really starting to transition well, keep the defensive pressure. They need to make the most of it.
They do. A shot was put up there by McManus, which brings the score 9-3. Ash Cameron with a pass over to Molly. And Lola McInerney gets a nice ball on the fly there. She puts up the long shot. It didn't look like it was going to go in, but it went through nicely. 10-3's the score. Nice little margin there for Wentworth.
They've really started concentrated. Imps defence is really trying not to let Amanda into the circle. They're trying to keep the pressure at the top of the circle and not allow Amanda to get into the circle. So it's up to Molly Mangan and Lola to really keep the work at the front of the shooting circle to get that space.
That's it. Turnover now for Imperials, but it's gone straight back the other way with Georgia Chase. Picking up that ball. Ash Cameron now looking for an option, finds it in McInerney, and we're going to see Kia Scott hit the ground as Amanda Edwards stood her ground. There was no dispute there. That was just steady play.
Just strength.
Good,
Both of them trying to. There's a lot of strength going on in the circle. Tia's trying to get her position. Amanda's trying to get her position.
And sometimes someone's going to take a bit of a fall.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Edwards there, she puts up the shot, tries to get her own rebound, but gets called contact. So we're going to see Imps with the ball now. A long wayward pass over to Ella Hards. She manages to keep it in and working the ball around now, looking for an option. Sherlock steps out and passes it into McManus. A bit of a fight there. The girls really need to have one. We need to have top and bottom there in the ring, because both of the girls are up the top of the ring there for Imperials, which doesn't quite work.
Need a little bit more movement around the top of the circle.
Absolutely. Imperials now with a centre pass. Sherlock over to Ieto, and she's just going to pop it straight into McManus, but there was going to be some hands there from Natalie Vircher.
Nat Virch knocked it out.
Yeah, she's very incredible the way that she reads that ball and knows exactly where it's going to be. Shot put up by McManus is good. 11-6 is the score, or 5. I think it's 5. Yep. And we've got McInerney with a pass. She just turned around, knew exactly where Edwards was going to be.
That's a quick transition from the centre circle. That's the way they want to play.
That's it. Back with Imperials now. Ella Hards over to Sherlock into McManus. And we're going to see...
Stepping.
Yeah, I did think there was a bit of footwork there, but that was definitely called. We've got Vircher now with the ball over to Becca. And the girls are just bringing it down nicely, following that channel. The great defensive pressure, and we see if that was the outside arm, that would have been possession for
Still
Imperials.
Great pressure through the centre. So Imps have really, their mid-court and their attacking end have really worked hard on that pressure through the mid-court.
Yeah, the mid-court, it's very much evenly matched. It's just when you get to either end of the court where there's a little bit of, we've got Amanda Edwards is just unmatched. The way that she keeps moving around, but Kia Scott, the way that she's moving with her, she's doing quite well. Yeah. And we're going to see the whistle being blown. There's going to be some contact called on Kia Scott as Amanda Edwards puts up that shot. 14-5 is the score.
That was good work from Kia Scott. She had a great position on Amanda, but she just needed her. She needed the goal defence to come back and give her a hand, but they just didn't get there.
That's it. So we've got Tracy Sherlock at the top of the ring into Ieto, who puts up a long high shot, but it's no good. The rebound's there for Wentworth. Georgia Chase chases that ball and picks it up. It's over to Becca now in the far corner. And a beautiful pass there into Lola McInerney as she puts up the shot. Points are good. That was an amazing pass.
That was a great pass from Amanda then. You know, Meg's got to really get under that ring, and when Ebbs is shooting, if Ebbs misses, she's got to get that rebound.
Exactly right.
Or force that rebound, because at the moment, any miss at the Imps end, Wentworth are just transitioning it out.
Yeah, exactly. That's how the margin gets bigger and bigger. We're going to see a contact here, though, from Kia Scott. Lola McInerney just stepping back to the position. She's going to step in anyway and put up the shot. And 16-5 is the score. That margin is really reflective on those turnovers that we were just talking about earlier. And so Imperials really need to hold on to the ball when they've got it at their shooting end. We're going to see a call be made there. There was contact inside the ring. Meg McManus puts up a shot. It just teeters, but
just dropped in.
Just dropped in. 16-6 is the score. 10 points the margin. We've got Wentworth with possession of the ball now. It's over to Chase. Chase looking for an option, finds it in Becca. A quick, sharp pass into the ring now.
Great pass.
Yeah, but Lola and Amanda didn't have much communication. Both went for that ball. Eventually finds its way into...
I think both players are out.
Both defenders are out, so an unattested shot there, and its points are good. 17-6 is the score. Great start for Wentworth.
Imps have really played well through the mid-court, but they just cannot put it on the scoreboard.
That's
just little mistakes, the turnovers.
Just like one there with the ball just going out of court there.
Attacking in turnovers in their third is really hurting them. So,
absolutely.
And again, Meg McManus gets her hands on one, working hard in defence, Meg, to try and keep the ball in their third.
We've got Edwards now with the ball as she 1-2s it to Cameron. She's going to take that long shot, though. It's no good, and the rebound's there for Monaghan. Good pick up there, as they've just got to keep possession now, Imperials. But Lola...
Great hands.
Great hands, and picking up her own loose ball as well. Ball finds its way to Edwards, and now that we don't have the... we're going to see it go in the way of Imperials there.
Holding from Lola.
Yeah, so we've got Shelby Armstrong with the ball now over to Monaghan. They're looking for an option. No one's coming forward. They need to be driving forward. A beautiful take there by Hards over to McManus. She's trying to find an option.
Good running by Hards. Hard running. Yeah, that forward half turnover again.
This is the thing that they need to be not doing, really, is that they're doing everything right as they get down that court. The girls are working so hard to get that ball through the mid-court, and then it's just fumbling at the end, at the shooting end.
That was a great transition, Imps, until the last pass.
That's it. So we've got Wentworth now with the ball, as the girls are just being calculated with their passing here. Nice, a sharp pass to Cameron into Edwards. She's just going to casually bounce past the ball behind her, get the ball back and put up the shot. 18-6 is the score.
Edwards is playing a lot higher.
Yeah, she is.
So Lola's dropping into the circle a bit more, and Edwards is playing a lot higher to make them come up with
her. Exactly right, and giving Lola the opportunity to sneak in under that ring, because she can be a bit of a quiet achiever out there on the court. That's the second shooting opportunity there for Edwards. She gets it on the third. 19-6 is the score. Again, the play that we're seeing today doesn't really reflect what the scoreboard is.
Yeah, similar to last week, in the first quarter where Nat Bircher read that all the way.
She sure did. And we're going to see the Bulls keep possession with Wentworth. Imperials weren't too happy about that call, but that's okay. Moving on. The Bulls long pass over the far end of the court. The girls just need to hold on to this ball. We've got Edwards way out of the ring. A lob into McInerney, but there was great pressure there by Kia Scott. but a little bit too much pressure. So we're going to see a shot put up after the siren.
Yep.
And it just bounces out. So 19-6 is the score at the end of this first quarter. It's been an interesting one.
Yeah, I think Imps have their mid-court pressure. They're just making those mistakes, in their attacking end, trying to get the ball into the circle, or just as they cross the centre third, they're just making that one bad pass. And then Wentworth are turning over and transitioning back the other way.
That's it. And they're forcing the ball into that shooting ring, which is the thing that you need to do really, is force the ball in, because when you look at Wentworth playing, for example, the passes look forced, but they're calculated, because everyone knows that Amanda can take those lobs, the high balls, that she's going to pull them in. But if you don't have that certainty, then you can't force that ball in. You've got to utilise the players around the ring and work that ball in. If it takes a little bit longer, then so be it, but it's just wiser.
That's right, and maybe they do need to come back to the transverse line and reset and get people and reset the whole thing, rather than trying to force the ball to a pass that's probably not there.
Yeah, exactly right.
That thing. And I just think Meg probably needs to work that rebound when Ebbs is shooting. Like I said before, I think Ebbs is a beautiful shot, but if she does have one that she miss, Meg's got to be in there and try and force at least the contest.
Exactly right. Yeah. And because Ebony Iodo, she is on the shorter side for a shooter, so she can shoot amazingly. But like you said, if it does go in, you need to have that backup. And with McManus having that quite a bit extra height, she needs to utilise that in there to be able to stop a turnover. Really.
That's correct. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what Imps do. I watched Imps in the Anzac Day weekend, and they tended to change their shooters and stuff around. Kia Scott come back to the circle, maybe Ebbs goes out to goal attack, and Meg back to goal defence. But it'd be interesting to see how Imps play this change now, whether they stick with what it is. I think that definitely through the middle of the court, they're certainly going okay if they can stop those turnovers.
That's it. It just really seems to be the issues at the shooting end. And the same thing, a rough start as well for Lola and Amanda. Usually I don't see them miss this much.
That's right. Yeah,
it could be the sun.
They're rebounding.
Yeah, exactly right. They're picking up those loose ends, which is what Imperials need to start doing.
And like you called earlier, it's pretty physical down that end as well. So that sort of makes it a bit harder to go through. So
that's it. We'll see how the shooting goes now, with the sun being in the other direction. We've got the girls coming out onto the court now. They're all looking a little bit tired already. It is such a warm day.
No changes from either team.
Yeah, no changes from either team. They're going to keep going as it was. And we're going to see a centre pass here for Ash Cameron for Wentworth, as the game goes into the second term here. Already we see some contact. Shelby Armstrong out of play here, and we're going to see Christy Becker take the ball from the centre third. Works its way down into Amanda Edwards as she's under the ring and puts up the shot, and it's no good. Kia Scott there with the rebound, and she gets possession of the ball too. So we're going to see a turnover here. Let's see if Imps use it well. We've got Shelby.
Well shut down. Ash Cameron there, worked really well.
Yes. Kia Scott now finding Tracy Sherlock. Good pressure there from Ash Cameron though, but she just gets out of play. Armstrong now over to Sherlock as the ball gets to Iodo. She's a little bit too far out, but we're going to see some obstruction, and Meg McManus, well, she was going to take it, but she's put it down to give it to Iodo. Bounce pass into McManus and puts up the shot. That was a good start in the second term.
That's good. Good turnover. Good. They make the most of it.
It, and we get an Imperial centre pass now over to McManus, cross court to Hards, as it's going to go cross back to McManus into Sherlock now, and a long lob pass, but the whistle was blown, so we're going to see
contact on Virtue.
Contact on Virtue as Iodo puts in a beautiful shot. I love how high she gets that shot. It's coming from so low.
Beautiful basketball shooting.
That's it.
Oh, another turnover there. That's Cameron's missed Molly Mangan there.
and they must be listening to us because they're doing everything that we said that they needed to do. Kia Scott now on the transverse line, a nice hard pass into Sherlock, over to Monaghan as it's into Hards. Hards now looking for an option, finds it in Sherlock and passed over to Ieto. They're just going back and forth here. They're doing those calculated...
Really looking after the ball now.
Yes,
Yeah.
and another beautiful shot there from Ebony Ieto, bringing the score 19-9, 10 points the difference, and another Imps ball. Hards, long pass into Ieto. Let's see if they can do it again for the 4th time in a row. Meg McManus beautifully positioned there as she puts up the shot, and the points are good.
4 in a row there for Imps.
Fantastic.
They looked after the ball. They got their shots in, and so
Very good play there. And we've got Wentworth now with the ball. Edwards, she's going to do a long pass, but the whistle was blown, so we're going to see some...
Contact on Monaghan on Lola.
And the ball,
the ring.
Nice shot there for Lola McInerney, bringing the margin back to 10. 20-10 is the score. Imps with possession of the ball. It's over in the pocket there with Ieto, but she chooses to utilise the players around the ring, and a perfect pass into McManus as she puts up the shot.
Great pass from Tracy Sherlock there.
That was a great positioning and a great pass.
Yeah, straight through the gut.
Ash Cameron now with the ball.
Another turnover from Wentworth.
Very easy turnover. A beautiful on-the-run take there from Hards. And the ball goes out of court, and we're going to see a Wentworth ball. They just fumbled that one.
Yeah, just forced that one that wasn't there, just like they were doing in the first quarter. Just that ball that wasn't there. Yeah.
So we've got Ash Cameron with the ball now. Long pass over to Georgia Chase into Edwards. She's going to utilise that transverse line. Contact called now on Sherlock, so the ball goes nice and easy into Edwards.
Molly Mangan, great pass, Molly Mangan.
Very good pass, and we see the score 21-11. They're sticking to that 10-point margin here. Let's see if someone can break that margin point. We've got Imperials with the ball now. A bounce pass onto the foot of Tracy Sherlock, and a beautiful lob into Meg McManus as she puts up the shot, and points are good.
Great transition again from Imps. When they look after the ball in that attacking third, they really are starting to compete.
That's it. We've got the ball now in the attacking end for Wentworth. Cameron in to McInerney. Long pass to the other end of the court. And we're just waiting for the ball to make its way back onto the court. I think there was some contact called.
Contact called on Shelby.
Yeah.
Molly Mangan has the ball on the ring. Yeah. Mangan
in to McInerney. She looks to take the long shot, but there's going to be contact called on Monaghan. We'll call that a pass, but it was definitely an attempted shot.
Yeah, good rebound by Amanda.
And bringing the score 22-12, and a breaking call here.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts.
It's just not what you need.
It's got a really, really good momentum. And such a simple little mistake, and the transition into the circle, like they really had good momentum then, and just having that little mistake of breaking that little bit too early, and then they'll hurt you on the turnover. So,
that's it.
Yeah.
So 23-12's the score. Wentworth with possession of the ball. Amanda under the ring as she puts up another score. 24-12.
Two quick goals on there.
Very quick.
Yeah.
That's the Wentworth special, really. Once you get in that groove, a beautiful intercept there by Virtue. Read that ball amazingly. So
another turnover in there for attacking end, Imps. So
we're going to see Christy Becker pick up the ball in goal defence there, and it makes its way down to McInerney, over to 1-2 to Cameron as she gets herself under the ring, puts up the shot, and another one on the board.
That's great play by Lola. They're double teaming Amanda. She's just working hard at the front of the circle.
That's it.
And she's spending a lot of time standing by herself, Lola, at this point.
Yeah, they really need to. I understand the aspect of wanting to double team Amanda and getting her out of play, but Lola's a fantastic shot. You want to be putting some pressure on her too.
That's exactly right.
And I think they're going to reflect on that as well now. We've got Amanda Edwards looking to put up a shot. She does, and points are good. 26-12 is the score.
And that's the advantage for Amanda with that goal attack. It's going to actually shoot. It's going to hurt them on the scoreboard.
Oh, beautiful intercept there by Virtue. She's just an absolute superstar. A pass from Chase didn't go too well, and McManus under the ring.
Imps get a turnover back there. So once again, Imps worked hard on the defence in their attacking 50 and forced a turnover. So, that's great by Megan and Ella Hards and that there. When they haven't got the ball, they are working hard.
That's it. So, this is a really exhilarating game. There's so much going on. We've got
Lola under the ring, I think. Contact Kia Scott.
Yeah, it's going to be a contact. Kia Scott transitioning. It's still taking her a little bit to transition from shooter to a defender, but she's doing quite well. A beautiful shot there was put up by McInerney with 27-13 is the score. Imps now need to hold possession of this ball, and I spoke too soon. Ebony Edo just wasn't quite aware of that ball coming to her.
I don't think that one was there. I think Eb, that's a bit high for Ebs to get there.
Yeah.
So,
We've got Wentworth now with the ball
and then Molly. Georgia Chase, well read.
Fantastic there by Georgia. It just keeps getting intercepts left and right. We've got obstruction. No, what have we got? A contact in the ring here now. So we're going to see McInerney take a shot, and she puts it through. Beautiful.
I'm not sure these girls are going to be able to keep this speed up for the rest of the day.
I know.
In weather like this, but both sides are running really hard.
It's a very, very fast game. It's high quality netball we've got here today. Definitely netball match of the round.
Great work, Kia.
And she just
lets it down.
She let it go a little bit too late from her hand, and it just went out of court. So we're going to see Georgia Chase out to Becca. Becca staying focused and looking for a good option, and it worked well for her as the ball gets in under the ring with Lola McInerney putting up a shot. And what's the call?
Kia Scott. They're called for hip and shoulder under the ring.
I think it's going to get close to a warning here at this point. There's been quite a few contacts. So we'll see where that goes. Christy just showcasing exactly what she's good at, getting that intercept, and another turnover for Wentworth. It's into Amanda as she passes it across court to Cameron, gets the ball and bounce passes it again. And we're going to see the shot put up at an advantage.
Good transition there. Good work by Christy Becker.
Yes, that was definitely thanks to her. 30-13 is the score.
Tracy Sherlock, great hands.
Fantastic hands there.
Great battle there, Tracy Sherlock and Ash Cameron.
I know.
But certainly, if you're watching that on the side, you can certainly. But then another turnover there, Molly Mangan.
And
so
we're going to
go working defensively now, the Wentworth team.
That's it. Just back and forth here, really. We've still got Shelby Armstrong with a long pass over to Ella Hards. They're going to pass it to Sherlock. Someone needs to move around. Iedo does just that. She couldn't even get a shot up there, but beautiful movement from McManus as she puts up the shot. 30-14 is the score in this second quarter of the game between Imperials and Wentworth. In centre pass now over to Hards. Hards to Sherlock. Over in the pocket there to Iedo. A nice hard 1-2. And Iedo kicks in a nice high shot. 30-15 is the score. 15's the margin. Wentworth now with the ball. A bit of a fumble there, but the ball finds its way down into the attacking end for Wentworth.
Molly Mangan in the circle.
Yeah, she's doing quite well there around that ring.
Down at Lola. There's good pressure under there. There's plenty of volley for a youngster like that to get up and hard. Watching her and two youngsters like her and Maggie Monahan go at it, it's good for the competition.
Absolutely. We've got Edo with a long pass cross court to Hards. And some good hands there by Christy Becker. The ball goes out of court, but it's going to be an Imperials baseline throw-in. We've got Edo taking the ball, and Meg McManus loses her players, but the whistle was blown. So we're going to see her take a shot. And it goes through. 31-16 is the score. Wentworth's ball. Ash Cameron here, looking for an option, finds a safe one in Becker. Down to Molly.
Oh, nice grab, Lola McInerney.
Edwards loses
don't see that very often.
No, you don't, because usually it's like a magnet.
Off the leg of Amanda Edwards there.
And the ball goes out of court, so we're going to see a baseline throw in here for Kia Scott. She almost was 3 seconds.
Good pressure, Wentworth.
Great pressure there. There was just a little bit too much oomph on that ball, but Monaghan attempts to get the ball, gets fingers to it, and it goes out of court. So it's going to be a baseline throw-in for Lola McInerney. She finds Edwards too easily there as she puts up the shot, and the point is good, 32.
They just didn't have their structure right there.
No. Breaking
again,
here.
Weak attack.
That's the second one for Ella Hartz there, breaking.
Yeah, so, that really changes momentum.
It sure does. We've got a long pass, but the whistle was blown, so we're going to see...
Holding on Tracy Sherlock by the look of that.
Which is very lucky for Wentworth there as they keep that ball in possession. Beautiful hands there by Shelby Armstrong, but it's going to be a contact called. It's into Edwards now as she inches her way in, puts up the shot, and points are good. 33-16 is the score, and we're going to see another Wentworth ball. Ash Cameron now.
So,
beautifully,
good running, Ash Cameron.
Down the right channel there, but Tracy Sherlock with a pickup, and nobody realised that play was still going on.
I think everyone was waiting for a call there. I think she was just too fast for
the ball stayed in. But we're that's going to be...
bad luck there from Tracy. She actually did all the work early.
That's it. They've got to bring the ball up a little bit further.
They advanced the ball there.
Yeah.
I think there was the body language there from Georgia Chase advance. So, it was a
contact goalkeeper there.
So great hands. Bad luck.
I know. So we've got Meg McManus going to line up for a shot here. Christy Becker out of play. Virtue's still got arms to the ball though, and it just goes into her hands. Over to Ash Cameron. Cameron to Chase. Chase to Molly there, and we hear another whistle blowing, some contact in the ring. Lola steps in, and so does Kia. Puts up the shot, and points are good. Beautiful shot there.
Once again, it's that rebound from the defensive end and then the transition. So
that's it. And we've got a beautiful take in there from Ieto as the girls are just passing the ball around to try and get a better shooting opportunity. McManus gets it, puts the shot up. It's no good, and I think it's going to come off Wentworth.
Yeah.
So we're going to see a baseline throw in there for Ieto. It works its way to McManus, and she puts up a long bomb, and it's beautiful.
Beautiful shot. Yeah.
34-17 is the score. There can't be too much left in this second quarter. We've got Molly with the ball, long pass into McInerney, but the ball stays inside the court. Edwards now under the ring. We've got Kia Scott out of play. Monaghan is going to do nothing, and the shot goes up.
That's another goal. There's about a minute to play, so everyone will be really looking forward for that halftime break today.
Absolutely. So the girls are working hard here.
The
defensive press is here now, so they've just put their hands. There's a lot of noise and a lot of movement here, but the girls are just trying so hard there for Imperials to get the ball in, and they've done so. Beautiful shot there by Ieto. 35-18 is the score with a Wentworth centre pass. Whistle is blown, breaking, no contact.
Blocking off the circle,
And we've got the ball into Amanda Edwards with beautiful footwork there, but the ball doesn't go through. It's a good fight though for that rebound.
Right, that's right. They're both fighting hard there, Kia and Maggie. Like, there's no easy rebound. There's no easy.
No, they're definitely not giving up. We're going to see Imps now with the ball. There's a lot of calls in this game. It's very...
I think that's just the speed of the game.
Yeah. And there goes that halftime siren that the girls absolutely look like they need a break for. 36-18 is the score. It's a lot better, the score, than I thought it would be.
Yeah, that's right. And I think you've got to remember, Imps had a 4-goal run on them, you know. Yeah. Then a couple of silly mistakes. They broke, and then they threw a few balls out, and then, they just lost that momentum again.
They did.
And then all that hard work of getting the four in a row, and then it just brings it all back to even, and then all of a sudden the scoreboard's back to where you were.
Yeah, so that, because in that first, 4 or so minutes of the game, Imps got 4 4 in a row, and then it just went back to how they were in that first quarter.
Yeah.
So they need to stick to calculated passes and keeping hold of that ball. And especially with Ieto being so short, she needs to be positioning herself in the ring to be able to be either a little bit closer or be exactly where she needs to be to get those shots in.
Because she is a beautiful shot.
Exactly. When she's in position, there's no stopping her.
That's right. There's no need to get rebounds if you're putting them in.
That's it. We're going to take a quick break here so we can catch our breath too. We won't be too long, and then we'll get back underway for the second half of the game. Here at Brian Wakeman Oval, the game between Imperials and Wentworth. 36-18 is the score. I'm here with Ricky Rowe from Wentworth, and we're back underway.
Back underway. Let's see if they can.
And what have already held ball, very
real quick call that one. So,
it was. So we've got Kia Scott in goal defence now. It's over to McManus and great hands there from Natalie Vercher, who's made her way into goal defence. And the ball goes out of court, but Imperials again keep possession of the ball. We're going to see Ella Hards bring it in from the baseline in that pocket there. Over to Sherlock. Great defensive pressure here from Wentworth.
They force it back to the centre.
Yep.
Back to the centre third.
Forced it to
long
a
ball.
reset. And
off the hands.
Off the hands of Virtue, so we're going to see a baseline throw in here for Imperials. Ieto now, she's looking for an option, but there was no chance with hands like that in front of her. Was that Virtue again?
Knocked the ball out there, that Virtue. Good pressure on here. They've got to really...
Third time's the charm. She loses the ball through her legs, and we're going to see a quick turnover here for Wentworth. Chase bringing the ball down. It's over to Virtue. Virtue to McInerney.
That's a great grab. Two people on and able to take that one on Edwards.
And a long shot put up, and Amanda it's a magnet, that ball, to her sometimes. And she fumbles and it goes out of court. I think she was looking for a call of contact there, but it didn't come.
Contact on the arm there, I think she was looking for, but we've still got our ball.
That's it.
And now she's got the call of blocking.
So ball goes up and ball goes in.
So a couple of changes from both sides. As you mentioned, Nat Virtus came out the goal defence. Chrissy Becker back to goalkeeper. And similar at Imps, Kia Scott's come out the goal defence, and Maggie Monahan's gone back to goalkeeper.
And we'll see how that affects the play now. We've got Ieto under the ring with a shot that was touched mid-air by Becker that just makes the trajectory go off.
Once again, rebound for Wentworth in the defensive third.
That's it. Becker with the ball over to Cameron. Cameron to Chase. Chase over to running Virtue there, and it's back to Chase. They're just working it around nicely here, trying to find an option. McInerney comes out and is one. Edwards screaming for the ball there, manages to get it and puts up the shot. Kia Scott was out of play there, a little bit too close, hands before her feet.
Hands before her feet, I think that one.
That one was,
She did have her distance, but she just got her hands up way too quick there, I think.
And haven't seen that call much in A grade, but it's always around. Edwards now with the sidestep and the shot put up, but beautiful defence there from Kia Scott.
Really competitive down there, Kia.
It is.
She's really working hard.
She is, and she seems to just continue that momentum as well. She's not tiring out, but I think it'll get to a point where she may. Edwards now with the ball, no goal.
I think they thought it was a call from the circle, but it was actually a call for Lola, who
steps in front of Scott there and puts in the shot.
I think it was called after the shot. Kia has crashed into Lola there.
Yeah. 39-18's the score. We've got Imperials with the ball. Kia Scott, long pass, but you can't be doing those with Virtue hovering around like that.
Virtue and Becker are waiting for that one that's in the air that they can attack in the air.
That's it.
And you saw then that as soon as it went in the air, Nat Virtue was all over it.
And we've got Imperials with the ball now as a shot's being put up by Ieto, but it's no good. And we're going to see an easy turnover here for Wentworth.
Good rebound by Virtue there.
Very good rebound. And the ball makes its way down to the attacking end very quickly there.
Great running, Cameron and Tracy Sherlock not far from her there. So certainly plenty
they're very
of speed.
Matched in speed and agility. The shot was put up there by Lola McInerney. 40-18 is the score. It'll be interesting to see the breakdown of the shooting between Lola and Amanda because they're both doing well. Armstrong had some good hands there, but just didn't follow up. The ball makes its way under the ring, and Edwards puts up a shot, but there's going to be a turnover here, so contact.
I think it was a call of contact on Lola, but now Maggie Monahan, that's that frustrating one for him. They've forced a turnover, they've had a win in the circle, and unfortunately she's thrown it out.
So we're going to see McInerney inside the ring there, pass over to Edwards, who's directly in front of it, turns around, puts up the shot, and it's no good, but she gets her own rebound there. They're all going for it, and she does her second opportunity. Points are good. 41-18 is the score.
That's just disappointing. That's the one that they've worked so hard for in defence to get to win one of those.
And just couldn't get there in the end. McManus now under the ring as she puts up a shot, but it's no good.
Ring gets the rebound there. Everyone went the other way, so she would have got left standing there by herself that time.
Beautiful. 41-19 is the score. McInerney with the ball over to Virtue. Beautiful hands there by Armstrong.
I think that was off Molly, that one. I think it's the Imperials ball. I think Armstrong touched it, then it came off the hand of Molly.
which she'd be very happy about to keep possession of that ball.
Once again, Imp's got the turnover. Let's see if they can make the most of it.
And the ball's in under the ring there with McManus as she steps back, puts up the shot, but gets her own rebound and keeps possession of it too, puts up her second opportunity shot.
That was great there by Meg. There was a lot of hands there.
Yeah.
She really attacked the ball when it was in the air.
She did quite well there. 41-20 is the score. Imperials get an opportunity again to get another point on the board. Good hands there, but McManus is able to get that ball, put it up, and it bounces out and into the hands of Vercher as we see a turnover here for Wentworth. Ash Cameron now with the ball over to Vercher. Vercher to McInerney. They're just working it around nicely here, making its way to Amanda Edwards. Puts it up. And a good rebound there from Monaghan.
Monaghan, good rebound, so good, yeah.
Great there as Imperials get another turnover. Kia Scott with a really
lobby pass,
very lobby pass there. Could
Really
have been a little bit more to the chest,
Yeah,
but
unfortunately that pass was a little bit behind Tracy Sherlock there, and she had to reach back, and unfortunately she stepped when she did that. So
Edwards now with the ball outside of the ring. We're going to hear the whistle blow and see the bit of contact called there.
it might have been offside, I think.
Yeah. Oh no, because she was out of play.
Oh, was she?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I thought it was in the circle there.
Yeah,
okay.
so inside the circle, Monaghan was out of play, but that's all right. A goal was scored for Wentworth, 42-20, and Wentworth have possession of the ball, and there was no way Amanda was getting a beautiful hold there from Monaghan.
No, that was really good, really strong from Monaghan. Really got there and put the outside arm and really worked hard on Amanda, that one. That was really good.
Fantastic efforts there, and we've got Imperials keeping possession of the ball with Sherlock from the sideline as she passes it into Hards. Hards back to Sherlock. A long lob that hits the ring, and the ball's going to go in favour of Wentworth.
Yeah, disappointing pass, that one for Imps. They've really worked hard. Maggie has a win at the one end of the court, and really they haven't looked, but she hasn't given up, Maggie.
Maggie knew that was the wrong arm to be reaching for. As soon as you see the hands behind the back, it's like guilty. And we've got Amanda setting up for a shot here just out the front. She steps to the side when she knows that she has that opportunity to step to the side. She uses it.
That's right.
It's a very smart play.
Space,
yeah. Scott with another long pass, but it manages to be accurate this time, and the ball is put up by McManus, but it was a little bit too far out, and we see a beautiful... look at that play.
Probably again, the missed shot and the rebound to Wentworth. So that's three in a row there for Wentworth.
I know. A good pick up
running
there.
for Hard. Good running.
Yeah.
Good running. Yeah.
Oh, that was a very hard hit.
Yeah, that's a hit. They're both going for the ball there, so the ball landed in between them.
Yeah.
So they both went. So
Hards gets up
Georgia
and
Chase, Christy.
Who have we got here? Shots.
Meg McManus. Great strength in the air from her and Becca there.
43-21 is the score, and we've got the ball just being worked around now, and a pass to Edwards. It was just a little bit too high, so it's going to be a baseline throw-in for Monaghan for Imperials. And who have we got coming in for WA for
Kelsey Cameron's coming in for Molly Mangan. So,
a beautiful intercept there by Lola McInerney as she gains possession of the ball and another turnover. We've got Ash Cameron 1-2 to Vercher looking for an opening. Lola screams out for it and she gets it. It's into Edwards. Beautiful pass there, and she gets to put up the shot.
Great play by Lola Macca there. She doesn't get the ball at all, but she runs forward, drags her player forward, and that leaves Amanda in the circle by one-on-one.
That's it. Yeah. We've got Kelsey Cameron coming on now onto the court for Wentworth, and we've got Meg McManus now with the ball outside the ring. She works her way into the ring. She looks as though she was going to shoot, but there's going to be some obstruction. Steps in and puts up the shot.
Yeah, I think that was the same as the other end there. The hands went before the feet.
That's it. Yeah. 44-22 is the score. And
a break from the wing defence there for Imperials.
So we see Cameron pass the ball long into Edwards, and to the other Cameron, and Edwards puts up the shot, and it's nicely done.
Nice work on the circle, Ash Cameron. Just held that ball that little bit time, allowed me to get that little bit closer.
45-22 is the score here, as we've got a long bomb in to McManus, who passes it off to Ieto, who puts up the shot, and a nice little play there.
They've really started that long bomb from the transition line into the circle, haven't they?
They sure have, and it seems to be working. So there's going to be a turnover here in the goal.
I think contact on
Lola,
yep.
So we've got Kia Scott.
She's going for that long one again.
Yep, to Ella Hards.
Georgia Chase.
Beautiful hands there. She's tall for a wing defender.
Yeah, well, I think she's a goal defence when she was playing at South. So, yeah, well held by Kelsey Cameron there.
Yeah, and beautiful efforts there from Maggie Monaghan, but she manages to be out of play, and now they're both out of play as Lola puts up the undefended shot. 46-23 is the score, Imperials ball. We see McManus now with the ball, waiting. Oh, how amazing was that? And a beautiful shot to follow through.
Once again, it's a pass from within the centre third. So
done very well. That was a very, very clean piece of play. We're just seeing some instruction here from the umpire to get that ball and the ball goes into Edwards as she puts up the shot.
Well, Kelsey Cameron's came on and playing exactly the way she has over the last few weeks, with great feed into Amanda.
Hards with the ball into McManus, and another beautiful timed pass into Ieto as she puts up the shot.
They've really worked that out, haven't they?
Yeah,
They've
they
really
have.
Got that ball going
and
in
if
there
it
quick.
Works, keep it up and see how long that they can do it for until Wentworth pick up on the pattern. It shouldn't be too long. Edwards now with the ball, just trying to get herself inch closer, and beautiful hands there by Armstrong. And what was the call there?
I think it was contact on Maggie. I think she was. I think Maggie actually had possession of the ball. I thought she had right away then. Yeah, so very lucky there.
Edwards put up the shot. Yeah, put up the shot. 48-25 is the score. And we've got McManus now with the ball into Sherlock. McManus needs to work her way into that ring. She can't do much being high up to that transverse line. And we see the ball strategically passed to Ieto as she puts in another good shot. Once she's on, she's on.
That's right. They've really changed that up down there. They're actually finding a way into the ring. So,
that's it.
Yeah.
We've got Cameron now, over to Cameron. McInerney, long pass to Chase as it's forced into Kelsey Cameron. Edwards there, she just does a beautiful running pass, gets it back from Ash Cameron, puts up the shot, no good, and the rebound.
Yeah. Here it goes. So now transition from, unfortunately, thrown out. Couldn't quite find Shelby on the way out there.
I think she was on the wrong side of the player. If she was on the other side, it would have been all right. Ash Cameron picks up a loose ball there as well. It's over to Vercher. Vercher, a long pass to no. That was supposed to go to Cameron, but it just was a little bit too hard, too fast. So it's going to go out of court, and a baseline throw in for Monaghan.
I think the heat's starting to take effect.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely looking very tired out there at the moment.
Trying to find that long pass now,
So we're going to see Monaghan take the ball and over to Armstrong. Armstrong now looking for the next option. There was three of them, found it in Hards. Beautiful hands there from Lola, but it just wasn't enough. Ieto now is going to be
great pressure.
Held ball.
They just didn't move forward to the ball there, Imps.
They need to be re-offering. If the first option doesn't take, go again. But this could all be due to the heat as well, like not having enough energy to get that second opportunity. But we're back down at the shooting end for Wentworth as the ball is in possession of Lola McInerney. We've got some players both out of play as the ball goes up and in. 49-26 is the score, almost at 50. Good game for Wentworth here. We've got Imperials now with the ball. Kia Scott. Big pass.
That's optimistic.
Very optimistic.
So we're very, that was great. Good Kia. She was standing at the top the transition circle by herself. So
Yes.
Lola wasn't up on her. She had plenty of time, plenty of space
to think.
And the whole court was in front of her. I think she could have done a bit better with that, trying to go that millionaire pass.
Rather than do the one option, it could have taken 2 or 3 passes to get down there.
And she was there. They could come back to her. She had the whole court in front. She probably chose the wrong option there.
That's it. But these things happen, and especially when heat comes into play, because like I said, like looking at the weather now, it's 23 degrees. It's only getting warmer out here. And if we're hot sitting here, imagine how they're feeling running around out there. But this is also when heat comes into play, you've really got to switch on and rather than playing quickly, play strategically. Yeah. That's what you've got to do.
And your fitness comes into that too.
Yes.
Like, this when you get to this point where you've got the fatigue and everything, trying to make good decisions with the ball and that sort of thing. You really just got to take that split second and then, right, we're off.
That's it. And because even though there's been a couple of held balls, so it is a quick 3 seconds that we're working with here today, but even just taking half a second longer to thinking about where you're going to pass it to and who or do a fake. Fake the pass and go a different direction. Like, there are so many different tactics that you can use to be able to get that ball down and keep possession of it.
And that's the thing too, like both sides really have put that defensive pressure on and force that 3 seconds because that person hasn't got an easy pass to go.
That's it.
So both sides have had a couple of those. So, from that point of view, they're all working hard defensively. I think the hardest part now is which team's going to be able to keep that up in the last quarter.
Exactly right. We could see it could go either way here in the sense of obviously we know who's going to win the game, but how big the margin could be. And margins are very important because Wentworth last week they had 255% before their game, so I haven't checked it this week, but they've got a very big margin, and that's the one thing that you want to do is decrease Wentworth's margin.
That's right. That's right. And just be able to stay with them, or from IMSA's point of view, they're probably looking to just try and keep the score, the quarter score, as close together as possible. So
that's it, and see improvement in their own statistics and plays and things like that, because when the score's like this at any point in the game, you're not going to win, but don't give up. This is where you've really got to keep pushing and keep persevering to be able to get to walk away from the game knowing that there's nothing that you didn't do.
That's
what I mean?
Yeah.
Keeping that fight, and that's exactly what Imperials are doing, coming out onto the court here now. And we've got 1 quarter to go. 49-26 is the score.
Don't think there's any changes.
No, it looks very similar. Yep, Keir Scott's still in goal defence, so I think we're all good to go. Wentworth.
Kelsey Cameron's still there.
Yep.
See, that's allowing the wing defence to come up onto the circle with no pressure.
Yeah.
Makes her pass into the attacking third easier.
That's it. Imperials now with the ball. Tracy Sherlock, a beautiful little hands there from Lola McInerney. She goes offside, but we're going to see the ball go out of quarters, advantage offside. And what are we seeing now?
I think Ash Cameron was too close.
A little bit too close there. Sherlock into McManus. The whistle's blown again as she's going to step in and put up the shot. And
Beautiful
lucky
shot.
she did.
Yeah.
50-27 is the score. Wentworth centre pass here. Ash Cameron, she still looks the same as she did in that first quarter. Her fitness is amazing.
Still running hard. Her and Tracy Sherlock haven't eased up at all.
No, and that's definitely the basketballer in them both. As we see now a shot getting put up by Amanda Edwards, and its points are good. 51-27 is the score. Imperials centre pass now. Keir Scott.
Well read by Nat Bircher.
So well read, and to be able to keep possession of that when the ball is in the air like that. McInerney with the ball now over to Cameron. She passes it to Edwards, but it just leans a little bit too much to the left and went out of court. So Imperials now get to utilise this.
Great intercept by Lola there. She just sort of sat off the side and then watched the ball and just stepped in straight in.
She's been a highlight today.
Great. She has been really good, Defensively as well as her work and attack, but defensively, she's got a lot of hands in.
She has. She's been very present and consistent with her plays. We've got Edwards now throwing it over to McInerney, who's going to put up another shot, and the point is good. 53-27 is the score, as we see Tracy Sherlock with the centre pass for Imperials over to Hards. Hards back to Sherlock. There's great defence here.
Force the ball back again, so yep, I think that's a call back at near the centre circle. I think Peter Scott with the ball.
Yep, and goal attack.
Both goal attack and wing attack are out of play. Yep.
So now we've got Sherlock, a long pass to no one, but it's picked up by Vircher. Beautiful hands there from Ella Hards, and the ball keeps possession with Imperials. A smart turnover there. Ieto could shoot that, but she wasn't feeling very confident.
Oh, nice outside arm.
Almost a collision there between Chase and Scott.
Peter Scott did a good job. She pulled out of that one.
So
we're both going to the same space. So,
that's it. Avoided another collision. A beautiful pass there into McInerney as she puts up the shot. Beautiful. And nice little nothing but net shot there for Lola. 54-27 is the score. Ash Cameron for Wentworth with the centre pass now over to McInerney, and a long lob there from Cameron into Edwards as
beautiful shot.
The point is good. 55-27 is the score. Imperials now with the ball. They've really got to hold on to this one and not lose it. Ieto.
That high ball.
Yeah.
Oh.
And there's going to be
a high ball there. They both, I think it was contact on Vircher.
Yes.
But they went for that high ball again, so... Yeah.
And someone's got to pick that ball up, and luckily it was McManus, so she puts in the long bomb, and it's no good. Ieto almost got a
hand on that. Yeah, she got a hand
impressive.
On that one, but Christy Becker got two hands to it.
That's it. So we've got Vircher over to Chase. Chase into Cameron. Over to other Cameron, and they're just working it around nicely. See, that's the type of play you want to do when you know that you can't get that lob in.
Yeah, I think the advantage Wentworth had then, they had both Georgia Chase and Nat Vircher standing on the centre transverse line, and they were able to reset without any pressure.
That's it. So we're going to see a call, not quite sure what it was, but possession for Wentworth. Puts up the shot there by Edwards, and she gets her own rebound and puts up her second opportunity, and points are good. 57-27, 30-point margin. So we've got a contact against wing attack here.
Yeah, I think,
So we're going to see the ball for Christy Becker into Vircher. Vircher, that was almost 3 seconds there.
Oh.
And
good loose ball from Ash Cameron there.
Very
I thought
good
Tracy
loose ball.
Sherlock was going to grab that.
Lola also held on to her own loose ball, puts up the shot as a contact is called. Another score on the board, 58-27. We've got Ash Cameron with the centre pass, and we're going to see, what was that called? Did you see that? I think it's a breaking, or...
Molly Mangan's come back onto the court for Cassie Cameron.
So she's coming back on for this final term.
Nice outside arm from of Nat Vircher there. And Christy Becker gets in front and gets a contact call. So.
Right place at the right time. Yeah. Long pass over to Chase there as Amanda Edwards comes out of the ring. Bounce passes it into McInerney. She's 2 metres out. She puts up the shot and it bounces straight back out to her. So she gets another opportunity at goals here. Steps in, puts up the shot.
Both players there. Oh, yeah. Beautiful shot.
Beautiful shot. 59-27.
Nice rebound there from Nola.
We've got Imperials now with possession of the ball from that centre pass. Armstrong over to Sherlock. Sherlock, a nice quick pass to Ieto. Someone needs to move in under that ring, and Ieto's done just that.
Good grab by Meg McManus.
Yeah, she keeps that one in on a long bomb that goes completely over the ring, and we see a quick transition for Wentworth here as the girls bring the ball down the court. Doing a bit of cross-court, but managing to do it strategically, keeping possession of that ball. We've got Cameron into McInerney, who steps in, passes it over to Edwards, and she's going to line up for that goal, and she gets it.
That's good. The speed of Ash Cameron from one end to the other. She had the first pass in that train, and then she was the one that was feeding it into Amanda.
I know, it's incredible.
That's like the work rate that really is. And both her and Tracy are running side by side. So
that's it. The fitness level with both of them is incredible. Running centre in a quick game like this for a full game is incredible. McManus now with the ball as she passes it out to a running Sherlock. It's into McManus. She looks as though she wanted to shoot, but she's a little bit too far away. Re-offers and 1-2s it to Sherlock to inch a bit closer, puts in the shot, and it's no good. It goes out of court.
That was better use of the circle then.
It definitely was. So we got Vercher, a hard pass to Cameron, and there's contact on the ball there as we see Becca picking it up as in goalkeeper. Looking for an option, finds it in Vercher. Almost had hands there for Ella Hards for Imperials, but goes all the way there for Edwards as she puts up the shot. And
contact on the ball there.
Yeah, so there's 2 contact on the ball in one lot of play.
Yeah.
61-27 is the score. We've got Imperials now over to Kia Scott, back to Sherlock. Sherlock finding the options. Everyone's crowding here. We're all in the same position.
Nice hands from Georgia Chase.
Very nice hands. She's doing
Outside
very well.
arm there. So, yeah, that was very good.
Yes. We've got a...
Imp's ball from the side.
And into Ella Hards now. Hards to Sherlock. And she just pops it in to McManus. Didn't like where she was, though, so she's going to reset herself up and manages to evade Christy Becker 3 times there. And the ball's going to go out of court on Wentworth there as Vercher had the last touch.
Comes off then Nat Vercher's rebounding hand, yep.
Yes, so we've got Ieto. She's doing her best to try and lose Vercher, but it's no good.
Christy Becker, got beautiful outside arm.
Great hands there. Oh, but it's going back the other way as we see.
I think offside?
Offside, yeah, that was an offside call. A very good contest between McManus and Becker, but McManus wins that one as she puts up the shot. It was high and it was good. 61-28 is the score. And we've got Wentworth centre pass here over to, it's so quick here, and a long lob in under the ring to Amanda Edwards. The whistle blows, someone's out of play, but the ball goes up and in.
That's having Molly Mangan back on the court. That's long, accurate pass into Amanda.
Yeah, she does it very well, doesn't she?
Yeah, haven't had time to double team. A held ball on Imperials there.
Yeah, see, it's a very quick 3 seconds. It may be 3 seconds, but it is a quick one here today. We've got Mangan now with the ball as she passes it long into Edwards. Contact now, so Monaghan's going to be out of the ring. 2 in, and we're going to see a shot put up, and points are good.
Good transition there, licensed strong, everyone's strong over the ball.
Yes, 63-28. There can't be too much left in this game now, as we see Lola McInerney pass to Mangan, and it's just slowing down. It's weird when you watch Wentworth slow the ball down because it's always so quick and fast. Edwards now with the shot in, and the points are good, 64-28. Imperials centre pass, as we see a long pass into Meg McManus there, and she's in under the ring. Puts up
beautiful pass.
Beautiful.
It's going to be a 5 minutes left in the game for both these guys, so it's a tough day.
Yeah, very tough for them there. 64-29 is the score. And the call there is going to be a contact with Armstrong out of play. Mangan over to Edwards as she's in under the ring, exactly where she likes to be. She puts up the shot and the points are good.
That's a great pass to advantage there. Yeah.
And for Imperials now over to Hards into Ieto, but she nearly hit the pole.
Yeah.
And it was just a little, it could have done 2 or 3 passes to get there.
That's right. And the defensive pressure still comes, and then we get the transition back to Amanda there.
That's it. We've got the ball just being circulated around the ring now as we see Amanda Edwards say, "I'm here, I'm ready," puts up the shot, and the points are good.
That long pass into the circle for Imperials has worked on occasions, but I think Sue has also caused a few turnovers as it goes along.
Sure has. We're going to see the ball get intercepted here by Armstrong, but it's going to be offside, and Lola McInerney takes that ball. And a long pass a lob pass into Amanda Edwards as she puts up the shot.
That's good pressure from the centre court there for Imperials.
Very good. 67-29 is the score, and we see a turnover here.
Once again, pressure in the centre circle on that centre pass causes a stepping.
And we've got a long pass into the pocket there to Mangan, over to McInerney. Kia Scott gets called for obstruction. The ball
gives her that chance to have that step closer there.
That's it.
You really got to make sure you get yourself in good position. Don't allow them to get that second shot or get that step closer.
That's it. So we see some beautiful arms there from Armstrong, but the ball stays in possession of Wentworth. Lola McInerney now contact called against Kia, so she's going to step in and take the shot. 69-29.
The defensive end of Imperials are still all working very hard.
That's it, and they haven't given up, which is the best thing. A long pass that was hands there from Georgia Chase, and again, Tracy Sherlock putting in some effort.
Yeah, great run. She forced that turnover there. She was probably not even in that, but she ended up with the ball there.
That's it. There's going to be another contact or obstruction called, and we're going to see Kia Scott take the ball, Mangan out of play, and into Ella Hards now. And Meg McManus gets the ball, puts up a long high shot, but it's no good, and Virtue's there for the rebound.
And then on the transition, fast transition, everyone running forward. So,
That's it. McInerney now with the ball. It's into Amanda Edwards, just where she likes to be. She puts up the shot, and the points are good. 70-29 is the score. A fantastic lead here as we see Wentworth with the centre pass. Not too much left in this final quarter. We'll see how much more Wentworth can do. It's gone a bit quiet.
Sherlock and Cameron. Still pressure from Sherlock. Forces Cameron to fumble. The ball goes out of court. Wentworth ball. Unfortunately, she didn't address the line, or she had her foot on the line, so it comes back to Wentworth.
Turnover now. Virtue into Mangan. Mangan over to Edwards as she just bounce passes it to Cameron, but Sherlock's hands were there. Amanda Edwards gets under the ring with the ball. Second shot, no good. Let's see if the third's going to be good, and it is. 71-29 is the score. Imperials with the centre pass now. Hard and fast into Ella Hards. Over to Ieto. Ieto now looking for an option. Finds it in Hards. 1-2 there between Meg McManus and Hards. If she gets the ball, she's going to put up the long shot, and it's good. 71-30 is the
shooting
score.
from Meg McManus there.
Very good play.
She's had quite a few from that distance today, and she seems to be able to get that one. This is where it works out. You know, Georgia Chase, she's actually running down this side of the court all by herself with that pressure. That, you know, I know it's late in the game, but that's just hard on your defensive end.
That's it. So we've got another shot by Amanda Edwards on the board. 72-30 is the score. Imperial centre pass. Tracy Sherlock over to Hards. Hards looking for someone. Over to Scott. Scott now. Long pass into McManus, and there goes the final siren. And that wraps things up here. 72-30 is the score. Wentworth had a fantastic win, didn't they, Ricky?
Yeah, it's a good win by Wentworth, but that's Wentworth tradition. That's just Wentworth playing.
Yeah.
I think Imps are working hard. I think they're going in the right direction. You know, like their defensive pressure was good. You know, they've just got to maybe work on that, getting into the ring and that rebounding. But I think that their defence and the pressure they put on through the midcourt, I think, you know, that's something that they did all day.
Absolutely,
never stopped.
they didn't give up.
You know, Tracy Sherlock didn't stop running, Ella Hards didn't stop running.
That's
and Shelby Armstrong and those guys through the middle of the court maintained the pressure through the middle of the court.
That's it. Give me your best on for Wentworth today. Who do you reckon?
I actually thought Lola Mack was good.
I agree.
Think Lola Mack was good as a shooter, but more impressively was her defensive turnovers. She forced turnovers. She got turnovers herself, along with Georgia Chase, who also worked really hard defensively. I think they both were really good today.
They were. Thank you so much for joining me, Ricky. It's an absolute pleasure to have you in the seat next to me, and I'm looking forward to seeing you at the next Wentworth netball match of the round.
Thank you, no worries.
I'm Allegra Thorburn signing out after the win here for Wentworth at Brian Waitman Oval. We'll catch you next week. everybody. Thank you so much. You're an absolute legend. We've got to race out to, where are we going now? Merbean.
Oh, so you got to put it out there?
Yeah.